I mean, I was taking it and had one drink, and it hurt me. Okay? So you can take it on a daily basis, or you can do the super flush, which I've been doing. We take the Oxy powder and the Liver Shield and the organic apple cider vinegar, and it just flushes everything out. And on the 6th day, you drink 7 ounces of olive oil, lay on your right side, and it just releases in the morning for most people. Other people, it takes a few days, and the video's on InfoWarsLife.com. I'm not going to describe it here, but the average person gets about 20, 30 balls the size of marbles that come out of your gallbladder. You're not supposed to have any of those. That's why gallbladders are bursting all the time. It's dramatic what your liver, the toxins it's built up, and they're just stored in the gallbladder. It basically sits there. InfoWarsLife.com. We're selling out of the Survival Shield Nascent Iodine X2, the clean iodine. Nobody else has got this. It's the missing halogen in the body. All the bad halogens fill up the thyroid, everything else. Dramatic results. Talk to your physician. This is not your average vitamin or mineral. And we've got scores of other great products, InfoWarsLife.com. Your purchase funds this operation, and I want to thank you all for your support. Childress, I'm kind of just ranting here because before the shooting happened and all of this, the crescendo of shoes dropping, the buildup, the craziness of the power elite, my spirit, my gut, whatever you call it's never been wrong, and it is beyond upset, beyond having chills now. It is just a feeling of not fear. It's more of just, oh, I can't believe it. It's disbelief at the evil I feel entering the world. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I don't want to sound so much like a theologian, but I've been sharing that same message with my church. It's Isaiah 60. Darkness covers the earth, gross darkness the people. Meaning the testimony of creation that there is a God is being hidden. Darkness covers the earth, and there's a gross darkness on people that is basically anti-God, anti-family. Now, that is a great, insight when you see how they're demeaning the first thing God started with when he wanted a family, which was a man. And they are trying to undermine that. If you undermine, and of course, you also know we're going to have the ruling on same-sex marriage very shortly. If you can undermine the basic unit of family, you have no society, and we will be controlled. We will be like drones because we will look to government for every decision we have to make because they will say we're not capable. Even here in the state of New Jersey, and I cannot understand how in the world we do not fight this more, but I got so many fights in me. We can't even have a referendum. We can't even put a question on the ballot, we the people. And our legislator at some time ago decided that there'd be no referendums in New Jersey. So this is where it's going. Now, what's going to stop that? All the time, you mentioned Dr. King, absolutely. He said an injustice to anyone, anywhere is an injustice to everyone, everywhere. Until we get that mindset that your struggle for justice is my struggle for justice, your desire to be free is my desire to be free, whether we be on the different sides of tracks, different cultures, different race, that's what will overcome the tyranny. That's what's going to overcome the hearts, basically, that are determined to control. This is all about control. The healthcare plan was not about healthcare. It was about control. Because if you can control that much of the economy and control that much of my decision making when it comes to my health, then you control me. So we're right now at a time where we must resist with everything that we have. And you can't fight every battle. Sometimes we may try to. We have to concentrate on where God is leading us to address, expose the evil, and do it in love, and unite people, and expose the darkness.
You're absolutely right. Since I mentioned it, it's a couple minutes long. I want to play this Angel Soft toilet paper ad where they imply, because back during Mother's Day, every ad on the Super Bowl, there were 6 of them we played, every ad about Mother's Day said dads weren't needed, dads were bad. It was really vicious and nasty, as if you build women up by putting down dads. And then now there's all these other anti-dad commercials, not just this one, where mom's the dad, as if it takes away from women to say there's a day for dads, it's just so obvious that...
Alex, there's nothing on the air that exalts a father. Look at all the sitcoms. It's always so. It's either a woman, it's either a homosexual. There is no straight man that you could look to honor as a person of wisdom, of stability, of fortitude. But they don't realize there's the days of fathers knows best, the Donna Reed show, Leave It to Beaver, all that. It's gone. And we have to understand that there's a theme that is being propagated to us that is literally destroying us and making us mindless. And with no stability, and that's the other part. That you break down family, you don't have stability. I don't care who's the president.
Well, that was my point, is that I can get the arguments we need more role models of women, or I don't hate people, over issues, but they're pushing an agenda because behind it is the fall of civilization, and we see the fruit coming out the other end. It's bad. It's poison. We know it's an evil plan. We know it's breaking down society. We know it's not good. In fact, here is this ad, which is heartfelt. Of course, moms are great. I watch this ad and think about all those hardworking moms. But this is Father's Day. See, you can't have a father. That's what they're saying. The father itself is bad. And I think about all the things my dad did, how great my grandfathers were, how good they were to everybody, and how we loved each other as families. And then nowadays, so many women I run into, they think a man being strong or a man being successful somehow diminishes them. It's so sick. Don't they get the government wants them alone? Yeah, women figure this out by about 40. But I tell you, they have really done a job. Let's go to this disgusting Angel Soft ad they're airing all over the country right now, and there's a big backlash to it.
My father passed away when I was 3. There was 4 of us kids within 5 years. So my mom had to raise 4 kids by herself.
My mom was a single mother.
So she raised both of us completely by herself, which is...
This is on Father's Day, though, remember.
I'm sorry.
Again, to get in the middle of it, to act like...
I don't know how she raised 3 boys on her own with such grace. They all cry.
I've definitely seen her try to juggle both mom, dad, and everything else that she had to be for herself.
She did all of it, and she did it all as though she was 2 people.
Pushed by the agenda to get dads out.
She was not a joke.
It was done on purpose. Then they make you a victim.
Our car broke down. Oh, well, that's the alternator.
After they victimize you.
She's like, you put your knuckle out and you just go for it. I mean, I don't even know if that's a thing.
No, it's not.
Even like opposite of her toughness, it was something very fragile,
Anything that needs help, a person, a thing, an animal, she will find it and she will nurse it back to health.
Notice all these men have imprinted on their mothers only, not on a father, so they're very effeminate. And again, that's so they don't know how to fight, don't know how to stand up. It's the nanny state, phasing humans out. And then they take it very aggressive that a man, if somebody else has a dad, that's bad, you understand? Because misery loves company. We're not judged. Anytime I promote a 2-parent home, statistically much better, people go, why are you against single parents? I'm not. A lot of them do a great job. There's an agenda to break us up. That's the point. Let's go back to it.
That's my mom.
Always very affectionate, very hugging and kissing and all of that. It was always nothing but love.
Some days she had to be softer. Some days she had to be stronger.
She really is like the most amazing mother, but she was really an incredible father. Like truly incredible.
So see, now Father's Day has to be Mother's Day too. But every day she had to be both.
Mom, I hope you have a beautiful day.
This is for Father's Day.
I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm thankful for everything you've done for me.
This is done scientifically. These people don't know they're victims.
Happy Father's Day, Mom.
Happy Father's Day.
Mamá, feliz Día del Padre.
Hi, Mom. Happy Father's Day.
It's very subversive.
Happy Father's Day, Mama.
Happy Father's Day, Mom.
Oh, Mom.
But they'll know.
Happy Father's Day.
The big globalist company that women buy 83% of household items and almost 90% of paper goods. So it's a cold-blooded leftist agenda that wants to exterminate the babies. But notice it's incredibly unpopular. But they don't care. With the target audience, it'll make them buy more toilet paper. Reverend Sheldress, what do you think of that?
That was sick. That was really sick. I'm glad of the dislikes. That's the encouraging part of it. But fact of the matter is, there is a Mother's Day where you can say all those nice things. I mean, it is purposely and systemically attack on the fathers. My goodness, and you're saying for profit. Well, then I can understand it, but
every TV show, though, the father is a slob. Funny, yes, the men I saw weren't like that.
That's right. You're absolutely right, and I'm thanking God for it every day. You have to pick out your children's programs today. Parents, I'm telling you, you have to pick them out. Yes to this, no to that. My son-in-law came to me almost with tears talking about a cartoon that was infeminizing his son. He said, this is promoting homosexuality. You don't think I can see that? And he was disturbed by it, but it's a cartoon. So you got to understand, I didn't grow up with that. You didn't grow up with that. But certainly it is very much a part of our society today. And that's when it becomes intimidating and overwhelming.
Well, that's the issue is, I'll be quite frank with you, it makes me more reactionary. I've been pretty culturally liberal in many ways that I'm not obsessing over what other people are doing. But at a certain point I get, wait a minute, they're obsessing over me. They're saying I can't go on being the way I am and I can't have my family. And everywhere they're trying to target my kids with stuff that's very subversive. I mean, and stuff for 5-year-olds. Nickelodeon admitted 4 years ago that they were going to target 4-, 5-, and 6-year-olds with a, quote, pro-gay agenda. Well, that's what is sexualizing 5-year-olds?
They're doing a great job at it, too. And basically going unimpeded without protests, without anyone saying enough's enough. Same thing with Disneyland. I mean, you really, parents, unfortunately, this is the hour we're in, have to take a stand. And it is about profit for many of them. And if you hit them in their pocket, they will withdraw. It's just like with Duck Dynasty when he made his comments. But then they looked at the checkbook and said, something, we're going to let this go. So we have to recognize we do still have buying power, and you can boycott these things effectively if you choose to do it. Generically, everybody. And I wanted to say to the audience also, this is the same issue with family that happened when our leadership, African-American leadership, said in the 60s, well, now we're going to get a piece of the pie, whatever that meant. My mother and father didn't get a piece of the pie in that sense, but they had these great government programs, welfare programs. Well, I'm sure you remember part of that was the father could not be in the home in order for you to get these subsidies. The male cannot be there. Now it's going national, it seems like, this same mentality.
They say you don't need a man. I mean, imagine saying to ducks, you don't need a male mate, or to eagles. I mean, it's just an attack on the species, like space aliens are running it or something. And we're like, look, the family's falling apart. Stuff's disintegrating. And it's just like body snatchers or something. They go, you will be assimilated.
Folks need to know that the America is being destabilized, and they can do something about it. And they can't be intimidated about it. You can get frustrated about it like I do sometimes, but you have to have an agenda of your own and be strong and be faithful about your endeavor, and don't look back. And
that's what I found. If you tell children about the agenda and then they see it in their real life, then they don't rebel against you. They stand up against the system. People say, oh, the kids are all rebelling. Well, that's if you haven't laid out how the world works, then they're primed genetically to listen to their parents, especially their father. And that's why they don't want fathers there, so the fathers can sit around the campfire and tell the little braves what's coming up in the future. And then they go out and see it works. They respect their fathers. Not just their dad, but the other men in the tribe. And then that's how you have a strong tribe. You remove the men of the tribe dies.
How come the LBGT knows this? Planned Parenthood knows this. Everybody that's our enemies knows they have to get to our children. And it appears that we don't offer enough defense for our children to guard them against the lies, guard them against this intrusion. And when you have the president of the United States pushing this this filth, basically, or this sexualization